Let's get educated. That's why we're here, to bring you the stories impacting K-12 classrooms and college campuses. It's time for a little education.
Why, hello, welcome one, welcome all. I am Katie Petrick, joined today by Jake Jacobs.
Hey, Katie.
Hello, Jake. Just a reminder, in case you didn't know yet, we are on Rumble. Yes, we are. We have joined Rumble, so you should also join Rumble and follow us at rumble.com/Freedom Project. Now we're going to head a little bit south from where we live in the great state of Wisconsin to crossing the border into the territory known as Illinois.
Crossing the border, that's a good one.
And we're going to head on south there to Chicago, where the teachers union is trying to milk taxpayers. That's what we do up here in Wisconsin, is we milk things. They're trying to milk taxpayers for $50 billion. That's right, 50 billion. It's a new report finding that 40% of those same teachers who want all that money, they're chronically absent from school. So
Katie,
let's do some math.
Old Billy Sunday used to say Chicago was the town they couldn't shut down. And with the corrupt teachers union down in Chicago, it's just unbelievable. They're demanding a 9% annual raise for teachers. Now, the median salary for Chicago public school teachers is close to $100,000.
Wait, say that one more time?
Okay, so they're demanding a 9% annual raise, while the median salary, for the Chicago public school teachers is close to $100,000.
What? Oh, doing some simple math, it's $95,000. That would definitely put them into six figures.
Well,
then. Oh, the joy. Okay, just you can continue. Sorry to interrupt there. I just wanted to
It's just
do some math
unbelievable
there
because
in my
they're
head.
asking for it. Now, it's amazing because this is one of the most socialist unions in the country, the Chicago's Teachers Union. And they're demanding $50 billion in funding to cover wage hikes as well as other demands. State records show that the Chicago public teachers suffer from, believe it or not, chronic absenteeism, with over 41% of Chicago public teachers exceeding 10 days of absence last year. Now, these absences are in addition to built-in vacation time allotted to teachers for the school year, which includes 10 days for winter break, 5 for spring break, and 8 additional days off for holidays. That's the town Billy Sunday couldn't shut down. We've got to watch the teacher union madness. Here goes.
This morning, outrage in Chicago, and here's why. The teachers union demanding $50 billion worth of changes in their contract negotiations, including facilities for migrants, free abortions, and a yearly raise of nearly 10% that could see salaries double. It's a staggering amount for teachers in a city where only 21% of 8th graders are proficient readers, and even less, 16% are proficient in math. Illinois parent Miley Smith is the senior director of labor policy at the Illinois Policy Institute. Miley, your reaction to these demands?
Well, CTU's leadership has a long history of progressive activism. It focuses on power and politics over what's best for teachers and students. And, in 2022, it handpicked and bankrolled Mayor Brandon Johnson into office, one of their own employees. And so this was kind of to be expected. Now it's taking this opportunity of having one of its own across the bargaining table to advance its most radical agenda yet. And like you said, we've already seen the results of CTU's activism. Math and reading scores are plummeting. Just 1 in 4 students can read at grade level within Chicago public schools. It's even worse in math. It's even worse for low-income students. Chronic absenteeism is rising. Enrollment is dropping as people are leaving CPS. And this has all been while a radical slate of CTU leaders have been at the helm.
I wish we had a chart. I couldn't believe what I was seeing there. I didn't realize, Katie, you probably did. I didn't realize they're actually demanding for free abortions. What's that have to do with education?
Well, it has to deal with the fact that if they actually go ahead with this, they're, I guess, shooting themselves in the foot because they're going to lose out on their own clientele, if you will, in future years if they allow this to happen. What? Just looking at the basic statistics. Don't look at anything with emotions. Don't think of, oh, well, I had a great teacher when I was at that age. They can't all be bad and all this. Look at the facts. Go off the facts, and then you tell me which way we should go with this story. And if you take the emotion out of it, cold hard facts will show you the light.
One of the most dismal education track records in the country is the Chicago School District. One of the most radical unions in the country is the Chicago Teachers Union. I mean, they have ties to socialist organizations, Marxist organizations. It's one of the most woke agendas in the country, with a woke governor, a woke head of the Department of Public Instruction. This is hardcore leftism, radicalism at its worst, or in their understanding, at its finest.
And what they're doing, just like out in LA or just like the national organizations, just like New York, they will yell the loudest to distract you. Because if they yell louder, then you're going to give in to some of their demands. And because they have, these are insane demands. I mean, the money side of it, a 9% wage increase across the board for CPS is insane. But in terms of the actual issues, fully paid abortions for members, why is that an issue for them? Why is that like, well, man, of all the things I want as a teacher, number one, I apparently want fully paid abortions? That's insanity.
The arrogant demands for what they say is an entitlement, a right that they have. They have a right to terminate the baby in a mother's womb, and the citizens of Illinois or federal or American citizens will pay for this.
And in a city of Chicago, of all the cities across the nation, you want your schools to not have any police? Chicago? Where it's a just known fact that any given weekend there will be how many juveniles shooting and being shot and killed in that city, as if it's just like, oh, another 7 dead this weekend. Okay, moving on. It's Monday. Here we go again.
And it's not a coincidence. Black Lives Matter Marxists, Black Lives Matter advocates, from Kamala Harris and many others, they were demanding defund the police. It's not a coincidence. This teachers union in Chicago was working with Black Lives Matter Marxists during that 2020 summer of mob rule. The radical of this, the actual, the hubris of this, when are the people of Chicago going to wake up and say, enough already?
Let's see. When will they wake up? Nope, they're probably not going to. And that's why we're just going to move on to something at least a little bit more positive, because you may have seen this next principle if you're scrolling through your Facebook Reels or if you're on the TikTok, because he's gone viral. And you can see why. Jared Lamb is a Baton Rouge principal who takes his office on wheels. Yes, his office is on wheels. I mean, yes, he could go to an actual office, but hey, why do that when you can just be on a cart strolling through the hallways? Let's take a look.
Rolling through the hallways of Base's Baton Rouge Matera Charter School with his office on wheels. Principal Jared Lamb has gone viral with videos like these.
Because as a principal, visibility matters. How am I supporting teachers and students if I'm sitting behind a desk all day?
Where he documents new ways education leaders across the country can inspire.
They'll reach out and they say, you know, I actually have a cart. I got a cart this year, and it's actually transformed the work that I'm doing on my campus, or it's changed how I've been able to support teachers.
But Lamb is not the only one catering to the needs of the campus through wheels. So are administrators.
Any of the administrators, you can kind of find anyone poking their heads around, looking, trying to see what's going on, what do you need.
Where is it?
It's in the NPR.
Creates a sense of community, and it really makes the teachers feel like they have someone who is there for them.
Racking up TikTok engagement, Lamb has a bigger mission for his viral videos. Lamb says many teachers are leaving the industry, and he hopes TikTok helps bring more people in.
The national data around teacher attrition and teachers leaving the profession, obviously it's a lot right now in our schools. My belief is that for my campus, I want to flip the script. My belief is that if we want different results, we have to do something differently.
Wow, that's the guy seems like he has an incredible amount of enthusiasm, probably a great rapport with the students. I like his shoes. It looks like he keeps them energized there. I got a question for you, the old baby boomer dummy here. TikTok, is that a tool that's used in education today, or used by teachers? Can Help me out
TikTok
here.
is all the rage. It is the 20-second video clips that everybody does. It's the Chinese
Oh, well, that much I know about the
government.
Chinese background.
Yeah, TikTok, no one uses Facebook anymore. That's for the old
That's
people.
for people like
But
me.
TikTok is
Okay.
where it's at. I don't use it. I don't recommend anyone getting it. But they do quick 20-second videos that, that's why you scroll.
Was that TikTok that we saw him on then? That's my
Yeah,
point.
that's a TikTok. Well, I mean, we saw the news.
That's-
But his little video that
So
he was
he's
showing-
utilizing TikTok to do
and
his
you
thing.
teachers can use TikTok to relate, I guess, to the current generation.
right.
But obviously, TikTok is a pit hole of stuff that I don't recommend going on personally. But this whole thing started, it was about 3 years ago. And at the time, there were like more than 800 students. And the 43-year-old, so he's in his early 40s, so he's trying to relate to the,
Like our producer.
the old, trying to relate to those who are in their, elementary years, because all those kids, especially the upper elementary, really, they're on TikTok because their parents have given them phones. But anyways, he's 43 years old. He realized the importance of having a central meeting space. So that's when he decided to convert what was the principal's office into a conference room. And instead of having it be for looking around then, okay, here's a conference room, where can I go and have my office? That's when he got his little AV cart there and began rolling on down the hallways, and he became having this mobile office. And so then, as you saw, that's what he's doing, and he says he thinks he can make the biggest impact by walking across campus, being visible. There is something to be said that was for behavior, for just management of the hallway setting, that if the principal could come around the corner at any time with his cart, so the kids are probably, hopefully, more attentive and
Maybe the
respectful.
teachers are more attentive.
Well, that too.
Huh?
Yeah. You never know. The school I teach at, we have one hallway, so it would be a multitude of just laps back and forth. We're a small school, so we don't need too many hallways. And it's interesting because I've known teacher friends who live on carts. Like I don't have my own classroom, so if I wanted to, I could have a cart and be rolling around, but I just use my backpack. But it's like you can deck out your cart, and it becomes like this little point of pride for yourself.
It's not that I mind the principal coming into the room, because he used to do it when I taught for so many years, but I had a vice principal that would come in every day in the middle of my teaching, and he thought he was going to, do this kind of Socratic engaging with the kids, and he would ruin much of what I had planned. The first couple of days, kind of, okay, it was cutesy, it worked nice. I would banter with him and exchange with him, but after a while, it was like even the kids would look at me like, "Oh, here he comes again, Doc." So, I don't know. What do you think? I mean, no big deal. Principal sitting in front of your room the whole day long.
Well, he probably moves up and down, and he did say, Mr. Lamb says that he will step in for the teachers who need emergency restroom breaks. Now, that is something we can all get on board with.
I could use that.
Or grab extra photocopies from the staff lounge for those who are running short. Hey, thank you. You got a cart, you can wheel down the copies. I'd appreciate that part of it. So we'll see. What do you guys think? You'd probably have seen them on Facebook or on TikTok. So let us know your thoughts. But hey, we have more to come, so stick around.
Today's show is sponsored by our friends at MyPillow. Save up to 66% on pristine quality bedding, towels, slippers, signature pillows, and much more when you use the code EDUCATED. That's EDUCATED. Educated. Support this show and a great American company.
Well, there's a high school team in California, the California School for the Deaf, that won their third consecutive football championship last week. The Riverside-based team took on the Flint Ridge Preparatory School in La Canada, Flint Ridge, with both teams going into the matchup with undefeated records. This is pretty exciting. After trailing, this California School for the Deaf, after trailing much of the game, the School for the Deaf came out on top of the final moments. The players and coaches, using American Sign Language to communicate, said, "We're making history. 3 straight, 3-peat," head coach Keith Adams said in a sign language interview. They led the whole way into the fourth quarter. We were came back and won the game. It was just unbelievable. The final score was 44-42. And by the way, being a Green Bay Packer fan, the Packers did that 2 times, won 3 times, 2 times in NFL history, 29, 30, and 31 in 1965, 66, and 67. Kansas City Chiefs, if they win the Super Bowl this time, would be the first team since the Packers to win 3 in a row. So let's see this championship team.
A championship celebration like none other. Players at the California School for the Deaf have won their 3rd consecutive state football championship. No small feat. It's the only all-deaf public high school team in Southern California. Players and coaches use American Sign Language to communicate.
Oh, it's huge. We're making history. 3 straight, 3-peat, fourth quarter. We just kind of came back and won the game. It's just unbelievable. The kids really wanted this. Their heart was just in it.
A book has even been written about the program, The Boys of Riverside, a deaf football team and a quest for glory. The author speaking to PBS about what he noticed while following the team.
The question of what's a disability. And here's a team where everyone is deaf, all the players, all the coaches, and yet they are using deafness as an advantage, as an edge.
Some experts say without hearing, deaf people develop a greater, more focused attention span, more alert to picking up movements. Whether these players can see more on the field than their competitors, we may not know. But what's certain is their hard work and a special kind of dedication.
They just worked hard on the off season. They were committed to practice, unity, brotherhood, just supporting each other, and it pays off in the end.
Yeah, there's a real unity that can be found when everyone has something that they are like have that common, well, they have a common goal, but it's something, you know, that's common only unique to them as a team. So that can really unite a team. And for 3-year championships, that's pretty cool. Going undefeated.
So it's interesting. They said that because of the deafness, they had a sense of movement that was more keen, maybe than the average player. I know my grandmother, who was blind, she literally had a sense of hearing that was incredibly astute, incredibly sharp. And so when we would, as grandkids, staying up at living with them in the summertime up in the UP, we would sneak downstairs to try to get the cookies, and she could hear everything that we did. And she was always just keen to that kind of thing. And I'm just like, it's not fair, Grandma, but it worked for her.
I'm sure. And growing up, we had in our school, my best friend's older brother is deaf, and he played on the football team too. And he was a wrestler. And it's just watching him and how he was out on the field or even on the mat, like his senses, he was more keen to certain things than other people would be.
Okay.
So you just being more focused on that. And if you have a whole team of young guys who are all doing that and the coaching staff, yeah, that could be something
Could I ask
really
you
special.
quick, I don't know if you know this or not, but was the coach himself deaf, or was he just...
That's what they said, the coaching staff.
They did say that, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So quite interesting, and congratulations to them on, well, I guess 3 amazing seasons. So now if you're a junior, I guess, pressure's on for next year to do all 4.
4, Pete.
Right? All right. Well, hey, coming up after the break, we're going to do something a little special. We're going to square off, if you will, in a TikTok challenge that you definitely won't want to miss. Stay with us.
In 2024, we find ourselves at a pivotal moment where the call for unity, freedom, and a better future echoes louder than ever. Introducing Patriot Mobile, the wireless carrier that stands with you. We are committed to supporting the values that make our nation great. With affordable plans and reliable nationwide coverage, Patriot Mobile is not just a wireless service. It's a call to action for those who believe in the American dream.
Get free activation now with promo code EDUCATED. Alrighty, well, there is a TikTok challenge. See, TikTok is being used for things. TikTok has been, it's been going around the interwebs for a while now, and unlike the Tide Pod challenge, do you remember the Tide Pod challenge? Oh, the Tide Pod challenge, I remember it. Anyway, this one is producing great reactions. So I introduce to you the lemon juice challenge.
좋아, 그래.
I don't like TikTok.
Oh, no. Why would they do this to a little kid?
That's child abuse. No, look at him.
Oh, no.
No, wait a minute. Wait. The producer just brought this. This is in here.
Apparently,
there's
okay.
no way. I don't get paid enough for this, Katie.
You get paid? So
The
our
big bucks.
producer, Michael, wanted to see how Jake and I would react to this challenge. And so, oh, wow. Look at that. It's the lemon juice
We're
challenge.
not downing that whole thing. I'm going to get sick. You first.
No, together.
The whole thing?
You can do it. I believe in you.
I'm
a
gonna-
onesie,
oh.
a 2, 3. Oh, that's good.
Oh, Jay. I quit.
That was good. Oh, I love sour things.
Look, I'm turning red. Look at my
believe it.
eyes. Oh.
Can I have some
who's
more?
He's fired.
He's.
Oh. Look at you're loving
No,
this. Oh,
this
you're
is
so
good.
tough, Katie.
It's just good. I like sour things. Can I have another? That's about all we're going to have on that note today. So if you do enjoy our content, please consider subscribing to our audio podcast and weekly media e-blast, which does contain all of the top stories for the week. Simply go to stayeducated.org. Now for sourpuss over there, Jake, and my lovely self, thank you for watching, thank you for listening, and thank you for supporting what we do. Until next time, stay educated, America.